Three,
Three,
two,
two,
one.
one. Come
Come
on,
on, son!
lads! We're back! We're
Oh
back.
my God, long break.
Yeah, okay, Loki, that's all my fault,
No,
exams.
wait. Let's explain the break though. First
Okay,
of
go.
all,
Okay, yeah, go on.
I went to Spain and Portugal
Yep.
in
Cool
like
trip.
mid-November. No, wait. Oh my days, we
It
haven't
was
posted
older
in
in the,
so
yo, it's
long.
been months, guys. It's been months, guys. He went to Spain, had a cool trip,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then I had exams like right after. So I was really locked in with school and stuff, I had to get grades. Hopefully, pairs up. But we're back, and today's video, we're gonna be talking about theories, bro. This is a
Yeah,
bit
some
different than what
Bullock
we normally
theories.
do, but it's gonna be cool theories. We're gonna talk about two. So one of them is actual theory that John came up with that we're gonna
Original theory.
yo, actually
Unless,
cold.
look, there's a chance that someone else has like talked about
Talked
this
about it for sure,
before,
yeah.
but I don't watch Bullock 3 videos, okay? I'm too busy
Fairs,
for that,
fairs.
bro.
And then the other one's a theory. Well, like, it's like a theory, but it's more of a
It's not
discussion.
discussion, yeah.
Yeah, like it's like we're gonna go back and forth, but pretty much that's what we're gonna talk about for today's video. But go on, lad. What's your
Alright, so
theory?
we'll start with my original theory and then get into Gonzo's discussion.
Cool.
But so we've already mentioned this before. I don't remember what video anymore. Oh my God, bro, it's been so long. But the theory is about Isagi and Kunigami and Noah and Ego. So let me give some context first. Isagi and Kunigami, we know they started on Team Z on the same team in the first selection. They made it out, clutch moments from both of them, whatever. But then in the second selection, Kunigami got eliminated.
Yeah, devastating.
Now, if you've only watched the anime, sucks to suck.
Heck yeah.
You're getting spoiled, buddy. Okay, you're getting spoiled. So there is an end credit scene in one of the episodes where you can see Kunigami go on his way to the exit. There's a door that says wild card above it, and he
Yeah.
goes in there. So what you guys don't know if you've only seen the anime is Kunigami comes out of that door as the sole survivor.
Yeah. Look, we talk about more what the wild card project is
Yeah.
for time.
So Um, obviously the main Blue Lock selection is there, 300 players, but every single person that loses has a second chance, one more chance to come back through the wildcard program. But there's only one survivor, and that ends up being Kunigami. Because if you think of all the losers realistically,
He's probably the best
it
one.
makes sense that he's the
Yeah.
best one, right? And he has probably the best mentality out of all of them,
No.
especially after his exit. So the thing is, like, he's the strongest player out of all of them, and he already has a good mentality.
Yeah.
But once he leaves,
Yo, he
it's
gets
like
cold, bro.
everyone calls him the fallen hero because he's not a nice guy anymore.
Yeah, cause bro, like if you think about it though, he got unlucky, like super unlucky with how he went out. Like in the matchup of the
Yeah,
2v2, like he
yeah.
just went against like
The only reason
OP
he
Shidu. Yeah, honestly, I don't give a fuck about spoilers, bro. You're getting
no, but
spoiled.
that's known, isn't it? That he lost
What?
to
Oh
Shidu.
yeah, you did.
It
It is
is,
known.
yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the
So
video.
the only reason Shidu didn't pick him is because Kunigami's another like main
Person, alpha.
striker,
Yeah, like
and Reo would just be able to feed Shidu passes. So obviously, why would he pick Kunigami? It
like he,
makes
bro. But like honestly, if I was them, like Reo and Kunigami, I would have never even attempted to play Shudu. And not to say I'm scared or anything, but like, what's the point of having Shudu? Yes, you're having a strong guy, but like it's like another nuisance in a sense of like, oh, this guy he doesn't, he's not logical. Like he just like
he's not
thinks for
logical,
himself.
but it's
But
not
he's gonna
like
score your goals. He's gonna win you games.
honestly,
Yeah,
it's
you're right, yo.
probably a better teammate until you learn how to become teammates. Like, so I'm just gonna compare it to Barou
Okay,
here.
that's what I
Until
was
you
thinking too.
learn how to be Baru's teammate, Shiru's definitely an easier teammate. But once you know how to
Okay,
play with Baru,
then it's like okay,
he's better. You
level.
know what I'm
Okay, I
saying?
feel what you're saying. But
Because
anyways,
Shiru doesn't like he's not actually a detriment to the team. He just has a really weird way to score goals. Like no one understands how he can like come up with those goals, you know? That's
fair enough.
that's the
Like yeah,
difference.
that's
And if there's a competing striker in the same positions, then he'll get cheesed.
yeah. So
Like
that's when it gets like conflict.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, anyways, we go back to the wild card.
Okay, yeah,
So
so the wild card, yeah, Kunigami is the sole survivor of this program that Ego made to, there's a reason behind it, but we don't, my theory is basically the reason, okay?
yeah,
You can't tell the reason just on the surface level, but when we go to the Neo Egos League arc, and everyone has picked their teams, they're about to split up, they meet the Master Strikers, we see the Bastard Munchen room, okay? And Isagi's there, Yuki, Hiyori, whatever, all those guys. They're in there, they're waiting, and Ego interrupts and adds another player. And this is when we
Oh,
see the resurgence of Kunigami. This is when he resurfaces after the program. So everyone's like, "What? We thought this guy was eliminated. Like, what's going on?" And we see that Kunigami's back. He doesn't speak to anyone.
yeah, he's on
This is
demon
when
timing. He's on demon timing.
this is when you see like how his personality has changed. This is why they start calling him the fallen hero because Isagi's like really happy. Oh my god, one of my boys is back from
Back, yeah,
Team
for real.
Z. No way, that's sick. You gotta give it a second chance. What happened? He doesn't say like a word, bro.
To
He
be
actually
fair,
says he's just like
it makes sense though.
yeah. The thing is, okay, yeah. We can also talk about that
Yeah,
before I get into the theory. He says nothing except like shut up, and like he's just a nonchalant like low key's a like silent crash out. You know, anytime
yeah,
Isagi
yeah,
says anything, he's like, bro, shut the hell up, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What are you yapping for, bro? Okay, I think I've seen a lot on this. I guess you're probably thinking the same. Probably the reason that Kunigami is not like this and he's not nice anymore is because he probably had to fight every single player in there, and
Yeah,
half of them were his teammates.
yeah.
So he had to become ruthless. And once he came out, he was like, you know what?
His emotions
Because
are like cooked now.
yeah, his emotions are cooked, and because he won the wild card, being like that, why not just keep being like that and winning? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like at a certain point, like I feel like once you go through that much like competition, and not even just competition, but like you're going like you said, like you're going against your teammates, but not only that, but like what am I trying
No,
like?
it's like if you were in the Hunger Games or
That's what I was.
Squid
That's what I was
Game,
about to say. That I was about
like
to say
you would
that.
get
It's
cooked
dead
in the
ass the
head.
Hunger Games,
You would
bro.
get cooked
Your
in the head.
mentality is
If you
cooked.
kill someone you like, it's GG, bro.
But I feel like not even that, the knowing that the fact that it was your last chance to even like do anything, like bro, 'cause think about it. If you lose, you get
You can't play
eliminated. You
soccer
can't play
anymore.
soccer in
Yeah,
Japan at
yeah,
least, bro. So you're this is another thing that even like us athletes in real life is like an underrated like thought is that like bro, you play soccer your whole life, right? That's what you're like known for, right? Like that's what you establish, like that's what you like that's your main thing about your life, right? It's soccer,
yeah,
soccer, soccer. So imagine, bro, getting eliminated like that. It's your last chance. You know that's on the line, bro. Obviously, you're gonna become like emotionless, bro.
yeah,
So that it low-key makes it colder though. I want to lie. I low-key like this new form of Kunigami.
yeah. So the hero becomes the fallen hero. Okay, so that's what we know on the surface level. And in during I think it was which game is it? I don't know which game. It doesn't really matter that much. Oh, during the Ubers game, there's a conversation between
Oh
Noah and
yes.
Snuffy where Snuffy looks at Baru and Isagi and their rivalry, and he's like, "Oh, Noah, it reminds me of you and Jupachi Ego." And this is when we find
And it
out
gets them a little
that Noah and Ego used to be teammates.
yeah.
I don't know at what level. I don't know for what team. We don't know any of that, any of those details. But we find out that they used to be teammates who were rivals. Like let's say any of these guys when they were playing on the Japan team, they're all teammates, but they're rivals because they're competing, right? So it's the same logic for them, and that's what we find out about those two. And now I'll get into the theory. I think Ego created the wildcard program to recreate that rivalry. So one more bit of context. Ego's assistant, Henri, she picked most of the candidates for out of the 300 for Blue Lock, but I know two for sure that were handpicked. Anyways, Ego handpicked some players, and one of those was Isagi. So we see in the first episode or the start of the manga, this guy, he's an okay player. He's better, like he's obviously above average for high school, but his team doesn't even get to nationals because he doesn't have
Yeah.
egoism, right? He didn't take that final
Final
shot,
shot,
even
yeah.
though he knew he would score. He decided the logical thing would be to pass it off. So he passed it off to his boy.
Also, it's like
It's a
team is
post.
like all for one or whatever,
Yeah, that's
like
the team motto is
yeah,
all for
so
one, one for all. You're not the Three Musketeers, okay? Okay, and then so whatever. Isagi, because he has that potential of if he changes his mindset to take that shot, maybe he gets somewhere. So Ego handpicks him. He probably sees himself in him, right?
yeah.
So
Well, just to add on a little bit to that,
yeah,
like what a point that we can make is that, bro, if you think about it, there's so many athletes playing Japanese soccer. So the fact that he was this is like I feel like adds to the point of him being handpicked by Janpachi because out of all the players, I don't feel like he was a standout guy, right? Like I don't feel like if
No.
like Henry, when you can see for example like Rayo and Nagy when she scouts them, they were
Yeah,
the
they're
standout guys.
different.
They were different. They were beating like the I don't know what team it was called, but they smoked one of the like
Yeah, they
national
smoked the
teams.
team that they
Uh,
played, and they've been playing for like it was their first game. It
Yeah,
was their first
exactly.
official match, and they smoked
So
this team.
those guys were standout players, but like
Yeah.
for if you look at Isagi, he's not really a standout player. Didn't
Yeah,
even
he
make
was the
nationals, like you
best
said.
player on his team, but his team was like
Like dead
nothing
food, bro.
special. Yeah.
Dead ballers. So I agree with your. I was ego picking this guy, but anyways,
Yeah.
continue.
So Ego handpicked Isagi. He must have seen himself in him, right? And Ego created the wildcard program, and we also know about his rivalry now with Noah. So I think Ego made the wildcard program to recreate Noah so that there could be someone that pushes Isagi. So to create a rivalry, he took two players and forced them into a rivalry, basically. Okay, so what the wildcard did to Kunigami exactly, other than emotionally, mentally, whatever, physically, Kunigami has the exact same physical specs as Noah.
That's kind of cool, bro.
Imagine the best striker on the planet. Like obviously there's Snuffy, whatever. Just what all the young players are, who all the players are calling the best striker because he won the Ballon d'Or, I think.
Yeah.
Noah. Kunigami has the exact same physical specs. I don't know about height, whatever, but speed, strength, agility, all that, he's copied. Okay, so I think Ego made the wildcard program so he could recreate Noah for Isagi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Ego,
yeah.
obviously, Ego's not a professional. He's coaching now. Now he's a Japan U20 coach, but he's the same age as Noah, who's like 35, whatever, 33, something like that, in those 30s. But he's a coach. So obviously he didn't succeed against
So
Noah. He
yeah,
lost
exactly.
to
He lost
Noah.
no exactly.
So now he wants to recreate that rivalry, but this time he wants,
To rewrite history, bro.
yeah, he wants the Japanese guy to win. He wants Isagi to win. Or maybe he probably wants that, obviously, but it's also a test for Isagi, sort of, to see
Yes.
if he has the mentality to do it.
You know what I think also? Like going with what you said, I feel like because he lost, I feel like the reason why he's doing this to add on is to like when he realized what mistakes he made that made him lose to Noah. So then that's why he's like kind of making this as exactly how you said it, a test for Isagi, and then he's gonna like try to make Isagi like learn from his mistakes in a sense to defeat Noah in the future, kind of sense. You
Yeah.
kind of see what I'm going with that?
Yeah, I got you. Like,
Nah, that's cool.
basically, Ego is fulfilling. You know how like parents Project Mbappe. You know what I'm saying? You know how parents force their kids at the start to like play this, whatever. He's basically doing that with people he
Yo,
found
that's
in
cool.
Japan. And oh my, you can just keep diving deeper, but like
There's so many things you can
it
talk
could
about.
go
Yeah,
to like
seriously.
oh you could start saying like yeah, Ego made Blue Lock because of his failure as a Japanese player, but she kind of did because he's saying the Japanese football like we it's the mentality's weak. There's no star striker.
Mm.
He couldn't become that for them, so now he wants to make that striker. But the program has been so successful. Not only has he made star strikers already for the U20 team,
But like,
he's made star defenders,
yeah,
fullbacks,
exactly.
goalkeeper. It's crazy. But yeah, that's I think like
I think this is a logical prediction.
the wild card program stems from that rivalry specifically, but obviously the Blue Lock program stems from his own failure and Japanese football's failure. And now we're gonna see the blossom in the future. I hope the manga keeps getting written. I think it will.
No,
But
for
if the
sure. Definitely
studio,
will.
if oh, okay, let me crash out for a second. Okay, if this stinky studio keeps animating this anime, no one's watching it, bro. Change studio or we're
Okay,
cooked.
look,
Especially
look.
since okay, I don't
Yeah,
forget your point. I just want to say
continue,
one more
continue, continue. Yeah,
sentence.
keep going, keep
I
crashing out,
recently
bro.
watched Haiku. Okay, the ball never stops moving, bro. The ball is always in motion. How hard is to animate a spin or like the person to keep moving, bro? It's unbelievable. It's like I'm watching an actual TV show, and then going on Blue Lock. I'm scrolling through a PDF file, bro. Okay, go ahead. My
Look,
fault.
you're not wrong. You're not 100%. You're not wrong, bro. Right? I don't know how I don't even know how the studio is like this bad. But to be fair, we gotta give it credit. It's looking getting better. Like I've like last couple episodes, I've seen it and it's like it's not like I'm used to it being trash. But
Yeah,
like the thing is, I'm actually enjoyed it. Like I
No,
enjoyed the animation. You know,
that
like
let me
it wasn't even that bad.
yeah,
Like
let
per
me make
se.
something clear. I still love watching it, but I feel like the way I got into the episodes of Haiku because
You know,
of
wait, look, hold on.
the first
You
of
can't
all,
compare haiku to like other sports and anime besides maybe like the Diamond No Ace because I'm pretty sure Diamond No Ace was animated by like Mappa, so
okay,
like that's cold animation. It's like Demon Slayer, and you're comparing it to like
no,
fuck
bro,
Hijime no Ippo, bro. Like
no, no,
one has
no.
dead animation and one has like the OP is like you know.
Let me okay. The thing is though, I'm not saying that the studio that Blue Lock is animated by should be able to do that. But a better studio should have Blue Lock.
Okay,
It's the
I
number
agree.
one manga for
Yes,
years,
I
bro.
agree. I agree.
Years. Like 3, 4 years number
Look,
one manga,
I feel
bro.
like that's just how the world works in the sense. I feel like it's definitely like politics in a sense. Like someone paid, oh, I would pay you this much. I feel like all the money that they paid to have the rights of Blue Lock, it's probably just all that budget is gone. Like that's why
Yeah.
our budget is cooked.
Ah,
But anyways, let's get back on track with the video, and now we've went over every like theory for the Kunigami thing. Like
yeah.
yeah, we probably like spoke about it, but now we're gonna go over the King Barou theory. All right, look. So it's a theory, but more of a discussion in a sense. It's just like when you think about Barou, right? You have the king, right? That's what he's known for, right? So when you think about it, what is he really like top elite at? Like what's his like natural like thing that he's super good at? So that's what I was thinking about the other day. This is also a credit. I was like on the I was on the internet the other day and I saw this come up in a sense of like, oh, a little thing about like what is Barou actually good at. So I thought about it and then I put my own twist on it. So I thought about like, bro, if you think about other players in Blue Lock per se, like Batra, Rin, Isagi, they all have like a key ability per se that like defines them. So like you have Isagi that's like OP genius adaptability, so he can like adapt to any like downfall or whatever, and he can improve himself off of like he rewrites like I remember one episode he's like he did something wrong. He's like, oh, I'm gonna erase everything I know about football already and create this new reality or
Yeah,
something like
he
that.
just rewrites his whole
Like thought of football.
personality
Yeah,
or thought
exactly.
process. Yeah.
So you have Isagi like that. We went over that. And then you have like Shiguri that's OP at speed. So think about Baru, bro. Like what you can say he's shooting, but he's not like you have Shidu,
With shootings,
Rin.
the thing with shooting is shooting's practice.
Exactly, right? But like you can say shooting in a sense of like natural goal scorer,
Or like
finisher.
shooting instinct, finishing
Yes,
instinct.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But even if you say about that, he breaks the top three, but three. He's not better than Shidu. I
Yeah.
don't think he's better than Rin in that aspect. So he's not really the top guy. But then
Yeah, the thing with Bullock is like you barely see any misses,
you don't
right?
know exactly. That's another thing. You don't know who like who's ass at
That's
shooting.
why like you
They're not-
can't put
yeah,
that's probably one of the reasons you can't put Baru above Rin and Shidu. Like I've never seen Rin and Shidu miss without it being a block. But I've seen
yeah,
Baru hit the post. You know what I'm saying? When Baru tries something that he hasn't repeated like a million times, there's a chance it might not come off. Even though he's so good, so it's that close, but there's still that
yeah,
chance that it might not come off. With Rin and Shidu, we haven't seen that.
yeah.
They just pull something out of their ass and it
See,
works.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's more natural. It's like instinct per se, you could say. Like but like wow, like exactly what you just said. Like Baru, it's more like honestly, most of his goals are just routine.
Yeah.
Like exact like the chop or
As long as he can
yeah,
recreate
his
his
goal.
signature
Yeah,
shot, it's a
exactly.
goal, right?
So that brought me to my point of now what actually makes him the king or like what power makes him like elite player or like the top guy, right? So the first thing I thought of was maybe his unpredictability of like his sense of like he can create chaos and like pull like let's say a game is going like shambolic. I don't really want to spoil it. U20 for y'all, but hey man, I don't give a fuck. So when he comes on, bro, the game was kind of stagnant for Blue Lock. So he was more of the Joker card, and he came and created chaos and did unpredictable shit. But then it's not really a good thing all the time. Like you playing unlogical soccer and like stealing balls from your teammates, for example, is a low-key a bad thing rather than a good thing. Like if you're a super sub, yeah, cold.
Yeah, when the surprise effect is gone, you
You're
want that, you know?
exactly right. But like you want to be as the king, you can't be a super sub, brother. You got to be the star
Yeah.
striker, you know. So I say that's not really his like. You could say it's his thing, but I don't think it's a good thing. And then I said I thought of that. that his dedication and his work ethic is great, but what I said was that without talent, like natural talent, there's always gonna be a guy better. Like everyone's, all the top guys in the world, besides a couple few, are all working super hard. Like they all want to be,
Yeah.
they're all hard working. You can't, besides very few people, you can't make it all the way to the top without hard work. So you can say his dedication and work ethic is what makes him OP, but like if
If a
everyone is doing it,
genius has that same work
same work
ethic and
ethic,
dedication,
exactly,
then
and he's
pop,
better.
yeah.
So yeah, there's always gonna be a guy that's better than him with the same work ethic. Okay, so I don't think that's the reason why he's so good or the reason why he's king. But this is why this is my theory. Um, is that hold on, actually not my theory, I'm gonna get to that, but I'm gonna say my opinion, it was that blue Baru is that his will and mentality uh of him being trying to be the king is what makes him so good, because if he gets to a point where like um he gets devoured or whatever, like he's not the main guy or the king, whatever, he'll do anything in his power to get back to that role or get to be that guy, to be the king, because he cannot be not be the king. Like for example, if you look back at the anime when he got devoured by Isagi, and it showed a panel of him watching Isagi winning the World Cup or some shit like that,
Yeah,
and he had a beer in his hand. He's like, "Nah, fam, this can't be me.
yeah.
This can't be me." So that's what I think is that like what makes him better, or like that's his power is his mentality and will. So yeah, basically that, and this like goes into like his power of he like his switch, I would say, from his previous like play style to his now play style is that at first he was levels higher than like most players in Blue Lock, right? At the start. So he was the main character, he would take the ball himself and just go crazy. But as we've seen, as time goes on, bro, he's not at the same like level. Everyone's like getting higher levels. Everyone's like OP abilities getting mastered to a higher
Yeah,
extent.
his progression is slower because he hasn't. Maybe look, the thing is, he might have just not found it yet.
Yo, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about
But
that.
assuming, let's just like take that because how are we supposed to know that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
if we
for
just take that to the side,
that's
I
like
think
story
what you're gonna
plot
say,
MC.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
is his progression's been slower because he doesn't have that natural ability at least that everyone else, all the main guys have had.
yeah. But yeah, on so him stagnating like that, wherever he had, there was a point, as I said with the Sagi thing, there was a pivotal moment where he had to reconsider his ego. He's like, "Yo, I can't be the king if I'm just getting
Yeah,
devoured like this." So
yeah.
so it kind of gives him a switch of him trying to be in the darkness rather than in the light.
Yeah, he says if he can't be the king of the field, he'll be the villain.
Yeah,
But he's
exactly.
still number one on the dark side. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. So he's like still the king in a sense. He's the king of the villains, I would say. Like he's
Yeah,
not the king of, when you think about the king, and like there's two sides of a king, right? You can be a good king for the people,
yeah,
which like whatever, or you could be like a dictator
yeah,
in a sense of like you're Loki the villain with your own people, but at the end of the day, you're the king, and like that could be a good thing in a sense. Like you could
yeah,
be like a crazy empire, but you're a dictator, whatever. Anyways, let's get back to it. It's just that now he's in the darkness. This goes more into his ego of him being a poacher rather than like a ball playing creator in a sense. Now he's hiding, and like instead of trying to create all the chances by himself, he'll have like maybe the one or two, three opportunities in a game, but he'll finish those. Like he's like a pure poacher now, striker. So it kind of developed his striker like not trait, but like I'm trying to think of like when there's like different strikers like a playmaker
yeah.
striker or like a CF or whatever. He's a pure
He's a proper
poacher.
forward now. Like
Yeah, proper
he's
finisher,
not
bro.
just a I wouldn't say he's just a poacher, but like the thing is, instead of doing everything that leads up to a goal,
Yeah.
now when he gets the ball, he usually has a chance to shoot anyways, and from there, he might create, he might create a bigger opening with his
Yeah,
dribbling or
fair
something.
enough, fair
And I
enough.
want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you think, do you not think Baru's like acute dribbling and his dribble instincts are a weapon? Because the thing is, it's not like at a level, that's not at a level where he can use that and that alone to just score goals constantly like Bachara. But I'd say it's kind of like a secondary weapon at least.
Yes, like bro, okay, this is how I think about it. You know how you have your like in like any Call of Duty game, you have your primary weapon? and then you have like
Yeah,
your
I know
little
what you're
pistol.
saying. Yeah, okay.
That's like a secondary thing that boosts his like okay, look, this is how I think about it. His dribbling, whatever, is good when like let's say there's something like he's not it's not going his way in the game. Like let's say he's not getting opportunities to score.
Okay.
If he get him having acute dribbling, he can make something out of nothing with his
Hmm.
acute dribbling. Is what I'm saying, and he can
Yeah.
score a goal. So it's like kind of like a secondary weapon. But I feel like now with his primary weapon of him, like that, how I see him is that in the future he's gonna be a poacher type striker. Like in the sense of like, yes, he has the ability to create something out of nothing by himself, but he's kind of like in a sense of Haaland. Like we saw with Ubers, they were just feeding him, and then he would just try to finish, right? And this it comes up with his Predator's eye. Like this is all like following into him being a better finisher, poacher type esque striker. So I feel like if he
Yeah.
continues down that path, I'm just gonna say it right now. This might be controversial. Best striker in Blue Dog. I'm telling you, bro.
Bro,
I'm
you know
calling
what it
it.
is? Barou is just Ronaldo. Like, how similar is it, bro? Start off as like that flashy guy
Yes.
who wants to just do everything by
Okay,
himself,
no, you're not wrong. I'm
and
trying to
then
think of someone else,
and
but
then
you're right, bro.
after starting to become more and more of just a pure goal scorer, bro. Because you don't have that one thing that stands out like crazy, but because you want it so bad,
I
you're gonna
won't
get
lie.
those numbers, bro.
I won't lie.
He's actually
I won't
Ronaldo, bro.
lie. You're spitting, bro. You're spitting. It's just more like the inner fan of me. I don't fucking like Ronaldo. So like, fuck that guy, bro. So like, you're 100% right logically, but I'm hoping like he gets a little like extra flair or something to kind of like give him another player comp. But
Okay.
nah, on God, if you think about it, mentality,
Mental chop dribbles.
chop dribbles, finishing. You know what?
Bro.
I can't hate it, bro. Like that's probably it. But anyways,
Remember
besides
when people
that,
were saying Balotelli for Baru?
yo, that shit almost made me crash out, bro. That's
No.
not even close, bro.
The thing is, I think he might have been based on him, but he's still good. I'm sorry. He's already better than Balotelli.
But
This guy, Balotelli
but the
guy, had two
mentalities are not
seasons.
even the same, bro. So they can't even be a
Yeah.
comp, bro. But yeah, that was my theory type discussion about what I think of Barou. It's more of a prediction, I would say, of what
Yeah.
he's gonna go into. But besides that, you think anything to add on to the Barou that I didn't?
Honestly, like, I think just like thinking about it with the Ronaldo comparison makes it so much easier to understand because basically, let's say Rin's like Messi. But the thing,
Okay.
works hard, actually naturally a different level of genius. Or let's say that someone like say, whatever, it was Messi. Okay? He can do everything. Defend, play make, score. He has crazy numbers. Everyone knows how good he is. The thing is, with Baru, there's doubters, even ego. He didn't start the
Yeah.
match, right? But he wants it so bad, and he's gonna keep learning and
Yes.
working so hard that he's gonna at least keep up. You know what I'm saying? He might never surpass them per se because they just have too many weapons, these guys. But he will, at the very least, keep up and some on occasion be able to outperform them. Kind of like you know how like in the NEL right now, Isagi and Kaiser are teaming up because they're also talented learners.
Yeah.
Um, so when they combine, they're able to surpass. But so far, with by themselves, they've been able to keep up at least. I think Baru's the
Okay.
exact same.
I agree.
He has the
I
same
agree.
type of strength, but he doesn't have that. Like he doesn't have the um, let's say like the direct shot, or he doesn't have the
Yes.
Kaiser impact.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
he wants it so bad, he'll make something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, I feel like for the future, it's very like I feel like they're just gonna have like a crazy ability, bro. Because
Yeah,
it's
he's gonna
exactly what you
develop
said.
something, bro. Because
I
these are
feel it.
just shot. Those two, their ability is a shot, right? Forget
Yeah.
the spatial awareness, metavision. He can learn that too, by the way.
Yeah. No
Metavision
facts.
just learning.
Yeah. No.
Isagi just
Because
learned
bro,
how to use his head, right?
bro,
Remember?
literally, you think
You
about
know
the
how
Ubers, bro.
simple. By the way, metavision seems like crazy, right? All it is Isagi scanning over his shoulder, guys. All he did was he didn't know how to scan over his shoulder before he saw Kaiser. And he was like, wait, he's looking all around? What is that? And then he's like, oh my god, I know where everyone is. No shit, bro.
Bro, no, but if you think about it though, the, I feel like it's exactly what you say, but I feel like a more advanced version in a sense. Because bro, there's no
No,
way.
his is advanced because he knows like everyone's archetype and
Yes,
sound.
exactly. Because bro, there's no way that nobody in Blue Lock was scanning the fields while playing. And then all of a sudden, and as soon as I get the NEL league, all of a sudden you have Ubers, you have Nico again, Aiku getting Metavision. So you know
They
what it
just
is?
keep advancing
I
their
think it's
how
a
they
higher
use their
comp.
vision.
I think it's a higher comp.
Okay.
I think once you play better players, okay. Like give me an example. I'll give you an example. if I'm playing like House League right now, or if I play like we'll compare it to Brulok XI, our real team, okay?
Okay.
We're playing against comp, like they're not the greatest players. So like I can get away with not scanning. Yeah, okay, exactly. But I can get away with not scanning the field at all. Like I don't even need to look over the shoulder before I touch the ball, and I'll be perfectly fine. I can probably get away with a dribble and score.
Yeah.
But if I play higher comp, if I play against better players, and people are like
Yeah.
know when to press at what time, and they trigger presses together in unison, you have to, you're required to, because if you don't, you're dead baller, you're
You're cooked,
cooked.
yeah.
So I feel like that's what like it goes more into that. But going back to the Barou thing, I think what you said with the mentality aspect is like when he came off the bench, I feel like certain players, for example, Loki me, I Loki don't have that Barou mindset yet, but bro, like let's say I was on the bench all game and I felt like I deserved it, and then like I would Loki feel some type of way. I was like, bro, and they try to sub me on to come save the day. Man, I'd be like, man, fuck that bullshit, bro. I ain't coming on, bro. Or if I came on, I'd be like, I'm not even motivated to play because, bro, I should have been on this team day one. But look, he has that mindset. He's like, man, I don't give a fuck. Get me on a pitch. I'm gonna devour this pitch. I'm gonna win this thing.
I don't
That's
understand
cold,
how
bro.
you can't. I don't understand how you would be benched in a game and not be like, get me on so I can show you why you shouldn't have benched me.
Because you know what?
You just
No.
pussy.
See, look, you're not wrong. I am. I am. I'll admit it. Hands up, guys. You caught me. But look, bro, it just annoys me. Is that like, bro, you can grind so much, or like you can be levels higher, or maybe it's just my own bias, but that could be me. Because sometimes when this happens, if I'm ever benched in my life, and I think I was way better than the other person, or like people in front of me, maybe it's just my own confidence backing myself in sense of like, yo, there's no way
And
this
that's
guy's better.
supposed to be.
Yes, I agree, but like at the same time, bro, I just don't. I feel like it's out of my control of how someone else views me. So like whatever. So then when what pisses me off is that like you didn't think I was good enough to start, and then you want me to come on and help you and save your ass. Nah, go fuck yourself, bro. Fuck yourself. Like if you thought that I was able to do that and come on and win you the game, you should have put me on originally. That's how I
I'll
see it.
tell you one thing that'll change your mind right now.
Okay.
You're saying if you come on, so you're basically saying fuck you,
Yeah.
right? By
Fuck you.
saying, I'm not gonna. Why would I come on and help you?
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you get on that pitch and you show them why you should have started, that's a 9 times better fuck you.
No, because look,
Because when you do that, you prove them wrong, you show them you deserved it, and now they'll be like, oh, shit, maybe I'll actually start him. But if you don't come on, and you're like or you come on because you have to, like you can't just refuse a sub unless like you don't want to play anymore ever, then you could. Then basically you're saying you're right to bench me.
he's not wrong. Look, I won't lie. He's not wrong. But the thing is, it all comes down to what? The satisfaction you get. I have higher satisfaction in seeing this guy lose and being
Mm.
like, yeah, you're on fraud watch, L coach, fuck you, than me saving the day and getting the praise and perhaps starting the next game. How about this? How about you think about this though? How about the guy in front of me that was so ass and did nothing that he's gonna bench that motherfucker because he didn't do shit, and now he's gonna try to change something. Because bro, if you think about it, when coaches start losing games, they always have to change something. You can't. You keep if you keep the same lineup and keep losing, that's a definition of insanity. You're doing the same thing and no
Yeah,
result. So eventually he's gonna have to change something. So
I agree,
I'm getting
but
more satisfaction of this pussy losing because you should have put me on at first. Like I rather have me come on in another game and then absolutely ball out and be like, yo, that's what you missed out on. You see that last game? That could have been me. That could have been the dub. Could have been the dub. But nah, bro, you just have to bench me, fam. That's my take on it.
look, like I understand it because I know you, but all right, lads. So that was a theory and a
Discussion,
discussion
but yeah,
about Isagi versus Kunigami, Ego versus Noah, and then
the
about
rivalry,
Baru, where his future lies, how he's gonna develop.
his
Is he gonna
ability,
find a
yeah,
new ability? I think we've come to the conclusion that he definitely still has the space to develop like a shooting ability or something like
hmm
that. But basically what we decided is he'll Gonzo says he'll be the best striker in Blue Lock.
yeah,
I mean, it's a bold prediction, but he's up there.
yeah. He's
So
one of the he's definitely top
it's nothing
three to
crazy
five.
in my opinion. It's
Yeah,
nothing crazy, and I said the worst Baru will do is keep up with the best, just like
yeah,
Isagi
yeah.
and Kaiser have been doing. So That's what we thought about those topics, and we'll see
And
you at the next discussion
yeah,
about Blue Lock, and
yeah.
maybe a surprise video you'll find about next video. So
Hey
next
man.
video we'll tease another video. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly. You know what I'm
Double
saying?
tease. Yeah.
Also, hey guys, don't be shy. Talk to us about your theory that you want to talk about maybe in the comments.
Yo, yeah,
We'll
you can
talk
drop
about
a
it.
comment
You
even
know?
about look, if it's about another anime, I will rinse Aoashi in like 3 days. You can put that in the comments. Okay?
Seriously.
Yeah, anything. Just any honestly any sports anime I would do.
That's what
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
mind.
Any sports anime, honestly, I probably read every single sports, not every, but like a lot of the sports mangas. So anyone that you probably like are niche that you think like we won't talk about, we'll talk about it, bro. Like
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll see you guys next video on the next discussion.
Ciao.
Ciao. Bang.